Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 47 of Tales of Aneria. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. We're getting really close to some really good stuff, and I'm so excited. But first of all, we got to address the elephant, the Loxodon in the room. Sorry, that sounded really creepy.
We're getting really
oh my! You don't know what's coming, do you? That's a bad way to phrase that.
I have a confession. I have taken Ezra out of commission.
Yes. Unfortunately, Dallin is no longer with us.
No longer with us.
Yep, we get to say that.
R.A.P. Dallin.
Sorry, Dallin.
Yep, hopefully he deals with whatever he has to deal with in the afterlife, and he'll be back next week.
Something about he went to the plumbing afterlife, and he's got to deal with
Wrong afterlife.
the elemental
Sounds like
water
terrible
water.
afterlife. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's
But
where Mario goes.
besides that, we are all here. We
It's
are all
rolling
ready.
hills of plumber's cracks.
Rolling Hills.
Of dumpers.
Rolling Hills is
So bad.
Yes.
I need to get a bag of like negative epic die.
Epic die.
Yes, that I
you
can.
dictate
red
when they're
ones.
rolling.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
you need red ones.
Evil.
Yes, I like it. But we'll go ahead and just begin tonight with a little recap. No, wait. Before we do that, I want to just let everybody know that we really appreciate all the support we've been getting lately. You guys are great. You guys are fantastic. And we always like when you like, comment, subscribe. But, just thank you. Thank you for making our little corner of YouTube a little more fun by commenting and joining the Discord and just generally hanging out with a bunch of weird nerds playing games.
That's true.
And Torrey. Sorry.
I'm a weird nerd.
Well, I guess you are. Technically, yes. That's
By
gatekeeping.
association.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Guilty as a
Yeah.
Really? Name 3 nerds.
blue,
Not currently
Not in the
present.
room.
blue, purple, and red.
Yes.
No,
Those are 3 nerds.
Strawberry,
Yep.
watermelon, and grape.
It's
This
like
is-
Kool-Aid. You don't call them by their flavor. It's by the color.
Yep.
I'm so confused.
You sent me something that was, does the Kool-Aid man switch to bigger pitchers like a snail?
As the outgrow is
What are you talking about?
Fruits are not nerds.
Okay,
totally off the
They're
rails
nice.
already.
I
Yes.
like them.
we've definitely
Thanks
okay.
for the support.
Sorry.
Here's a tangent.
Yep. That's the kind of quality content that you get by supporting us, okay?
I don't know my candies.
Yeah, that's all right. You're not a candy nerd. You're just a
I
regular
do
nerd.
love candy, but
So let's go ahead and do a recap. Yeah, before we get to the sound. Oh,
Thank you to Syrinscape. That's what I was trying to do with the hints.
okay, all right.
I need a little sign I can just tap.
Don't
Like
make
a
me
bus
tap
driver,
the
don't make me
sign.
tap the
Yeah.
sign.
And of course, thank you to Syrinscape for providing the wonderful sound effects. Not graphics, like I said a couple episodes ago, but the sound effects that you will experience tonight when we begin. They're wonderful, and you should check them out in the description below to add a little more spice to your game, without having to worry about Preston making all the sound effects all the time.
You
I
still
mean,
will, though.
if you go with me, you're going to get an elemental plane of dumpers.
That's the next Kickstarter is sound effects by Preston. It's an app. It's just gonna be you making
You're
noises.
channeling both
Yeah.
your
That'd be so
craziness
amazing.
and Ezra's craziness by sitting in that seat.
It's true. The
my
chaos.
favorite
Hold on.
is Who's Little Walking.
Quiet.
feet.
How does he
Wrong.
sound?
No.
There's a little pop, 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 pop,
My
pop.
first casualty.
Oh no.
Oh, you broke it.
Oh dear.
All right, now they got to sit out here.
Okay.
So that's extra chaos.
Yep.
Natural one. Oh
Natural one.
no. Oh no.
Good.
This is foreboding.
You deserve that. All right. Let's go ahead and begin tonight with a recap. Last time the party gathered back up on the greatest treasure, made their way to Salsport. Everything was, fine and dandy. You arrived. Cass said that in
We
2
gave him some money.
Yes, you did give him some money,
Y'all
so
dropped him
you appreciated
1,000
that for sure.
gold.
Yeah.
He's still charging us for our next trip, though.
Yes.
That's how friends roll, man.
But he didn't charge you for the 4 trips before,
That's cool.
plus putting himself into danger.
He is like
For the
semi-related
autonomy,
to dragon.
yeah.
So.
Like pulls out his invoice here and my danger fee.
Yes.
Highway to
But we almost broke the ship.
Danger fee. Yes, you almost.
Many times.
Yeah. But you did arrive at Salsport. He said that it would take him 2 days to repair the greatest treasure and get supplies together, but then he'd be heading up to Archdom, and he'd be willing to give you a discounted rate to head up there. If you
What a
wanted
guy.
to try and find, yeah, I mean, he's a nice kobold, but he's still a kobold. Let's be fair.
Mhm.
That's Is that racist?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm racist in fantasy worlds, apparently. After that, Callie and... I almost called them Hug, because they're very
Helm.
similar.
Helm.
They're both big, tall, brutish kind of people, but except for kind of different. Went off to go find out what happened to the Arcanum, basically where the status there is, and get you a communication ring as well.
Sorry.
Everything good?
These peas are very crunchy.
Yeah, okay. Meanwhile, the Wayward Watch went to their new tower and met Kilobix, their homunculus major domo, servant, whatever they want to call him. You picked your rooms, you got to experience all of the different levels of the tower, and got to see that there were a few secrets that you might be able to unlock given enough time to kind of wander around and enjoy yourselves.
Level
Haven't
1,
you ever
cellar.
heard-
Level 3, red pillows. Level 2, blank. Level 4.
Well, that was the main
Level 2 is
Guest
just
quarters.
literally blank. It's just a light, empty void.
And
Level
this is the
5,
white
VIP.
void.
Level 6, aviary
This
with
is the void. We don't come here very often.
butterfly cage.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I still have not written down all of your stuff because I haven't gotten to editing that episode yet, but that'll be fun. Because you guys asked for a lot of changes, and Kilobix is
Knocking out
slowly
the
gonna work
walls,
on
we're going to
those.
open
Yep.
it up.
Sorry.
And I think Ezra also gave him a substantial amount of gold in order to get
Yes.
things
Yeah,
started.
give him like
5,000
5,000
It was
gold.
like 5,000 or
Yep.
something like that.
He's rolling in the dough.
Yes.
To pay for all of our gourmet dinners.
Yep.
And our Chateau Morlaine.
Oh, yes. And which you did have a very fine dinner in the dining room. And then Callie and Helm showed up and gave you your communication ring. Basically told you that the Arcanum is kind of...
Disarray.
they're in disarray. They're kind of keeping to themselves. They're kind of pulling themselves in, turtling up, as it were. And...
Turtle ball.
Okay. And then the party decided to kind of wander around Salsport. Eve and Seredan wished to go dancing, to which everybody said yes, sure, except for Bolt. Bolt walked out of the tower with them, realized that he probably had other stuff that he wanted to do, and then they went back into the tower.
And Dallin. He didn't go in it.
No.
He decided otherwise.
He went to
Dylan,
give
yeah,
penitence.
went to the...
Ezra went to the Tushan Monastery and asked for repentance, or basically confessed his dishonorable actions in dealing with Zolfric and everything.
And they gave him a scroll.
He is
said,
now...
10 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys.
Yeah. He is now tarnished, which is different than the Elden Ring tarnished. I came up with it first. Or actually, that game was probably in development way before I came up with this.
He's
But
tarnished, but
anyway.
not maidenless.
no.
That's
Tarnished
that's
in
also
this
from the
case
game,
means
so-
that he is not allowed to progress in the Tushan disciplines anymore. He's not allowed to gain any more of his, what are they called? Fangs. The different levels of tattoo that he can get. And until he fills that scroll with his noble deeds and brings it back to Batmaster.
That's like a great punishment. You have
Really
to go
is.
back and you're like, can you sign this permission slap?
I can't take any money from you,
I'm
but
trying to
can
do
you please sign
community
this saying that I
service.
did a good
Can you
job? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically community service.
Yeah.
Ezra's running around Southport, like getting cats out of trees, helping old ladies cross the street.
Thank you,
Helping put old ladies into trees.
Well, he does not have
Accosting old
very
ladies.
good. He doesn't have very good track record.
Yeah.
So
With old
maybe you
ladies.
should avoid that.
And then he joined Victor and Eve and Seredan in the dance club that one of the dance halls that surround Salsport.
Dancing to Hot Goblin.
Yep. And at one point, somebody tried to grab one of Victor's daggers.
Sure. It's a good thing they did.
And he took one of their fingers in response, or at least cut off one of their
It's
fingers.
true. That was fit punishment.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, as any member of the
Yeah.
eighth
This is
realms
logical.
would tell you.
This
Yeah.
is not anything like surprising. He was drunk.
Eve was able to reattach it, thankfully, with her healing magic.
Upside down though.
Yeah,
No.
that's,
So he
No,
makes a fist
that
and
was
curls
not
it, right?
actually canon. You said that you did it normally, I should hope.
yes.
But you did run into that gentleman later on in the evening and a bunch of his ruffians as you were on your way back. Yep. Lyric Saul, the nephew to Ignis Saul, the mayor who invited you out to lunch the next day.
And I stole
awkward.
his rapier.
You're
Yeah.
not invited.
His
any
coin
longer,
purse.
by the way.
Did you take his coin purse?
I did take his coin
I did not tell you how much gold was in there. Did I?
10... Hold on, I have it written down.
Yeah, you did. It was like 10,
It was
10
10
or 11
gold or
gold.
10 platinum. I think it was 10 platinum.
Oh yeah, probably somewhere close to like platinum because he is a noble.
I know. Oh, right here. 10 platinum pieces.
Perfect.
And the rapier, and I will give it to... I was intending to bring it with me and give it to him, and tell him of his nephew's misdeeds.
But you didn't kill Mr. Saul, Larry Saul. Ezra
Just
knocked him
pride.
unconscious, and then Seredan distracted everyone else with a beautiful set of
spider.
lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys made your escape back to the tower, kind of drunkenly stumbling, but you made it. And that's where we're going to begin tonight. Not in the
I
evening.
don't think Sari and Eve had anything to drink.
I think you guys had a little bit, but I think you made
We
your
were
constitution
pretty.
saves this
Yeah, we were
time,
pretty
so.
sober.
You guys have been building up a tolerance over this campaign.
Yeah.
Like fresh teens just coming out of your individual shells and drinking as much as you want. And the first time you guys were like, oh yeah, well, this will be fine. One drink
Yeah.
and you're out like a light.
Oh yeah, and when
Yeah.
we were
Yep.
judging the brew batch.
Yes.
Yeah, Victor was buzzed, but I think Ezra was absolutely sloshed.
Oh yeah, he was.
I feel like Sari and Eve have gotten to the point where each other's company is its own group.
Intoxication. Yeah, they're intoxicating.
It's its own drug.
God, that was
It's
so
on-
sweet. I just got diabetes.
It's a bright
Sunshiny day.
sunshiny day.
Yeah.
Well, what did Bolt end up finding out from their book?
Oh, yeah, I
The
suppose.
Shattered Visions
Yeah,
book.
so there was a bunch of items up in the tower, the top level of which, and you were specifically looking in about the mirror shard that kind of floats in the air with the sign that says "Do not touch" on
in the
it.
build chart.
Yep. And while Callie worked away in your workshop, she kind of co-opted it. You did do some research, and you found an old book of myths that said that this belonged
She
to...
kept running out and showing me stuff, and I was like, I'd pull my glasses down and be like, that's nice, honey.
right back to it. But you did find that this could potentially be a fragment of the Shattered Visage, an old myth about the Pouncerin Prairies where there's this animate golem of airship parts that wanders around and petrifies people with its mirror-like
Mirror face.
mirror shard face. Yep. It seems to correlate, but you haven't done any testing yet. And I'm assuming that Bolt probably stayed up all night just researching and reading into these books because he's usually on watch, so it's nice to they're usually on watch, so it's nice to kind of just relax.
Mhm.
Let's see.
There was many times where Bolt went. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone was walking over your grave.
Someone got into a fight by cutting a finger off.
It was all logical.
And I'm gonna be in the foyer when I get down there, and I'm gonna be like, "Where have you guys been?"
Curlers in your hair.
It's only like 7:30 at night, but
Yeah, there's some debates. I know that a lot of people say that Eve is the mom of the party, but Bolt really seems like the mom of the party. You're the leader of the party, but Bolt is they're definitely the...
There's some mom vibes.
Put it
Yeah,
in
sure.
the comments. Who's the mom of the party?
Skull and crossbones. If it's Eve, skull and crossbones.
I'm writing this down.
Not gonna remember.
Skull and
Just going to the comment sections,
crossbones
they're like skull and crossbones, and I'm like,
equals
It's the easiest comment to do.
It's true.
the algorithm doesn't
skull
care.
and crossbones obviously equals Eve.
Yes.
What?
Because you are evil.
I'll tell you what.
We all know this.
Put skull and crossbones in the comment section, and I'll choose one random lucky winner to send a free sticker of Tales of Aneria.
Ooh.
Oh,
Now I gotta write that down. Okay.
So now you got 3 reasons to put a skull and crossbones.
All right, so it is a bright new day in Salsport. The Griffins in the Roost let out a mighty, awakening
Mighty
caw,
Terradale screech.
beautiful.
Okay.
as they rouse themselves and begin their morning flight, which kind of acts as almost the rooster that wakes up everybody in the tower. Whether or not you choose to stay awake is up to you.
There is a phantom rooster
Somewhere.
because there's that room full
That's
of
true. There's that room full
phantom
of animal spirits.
Animal
Yeah.
spirits. Well, there is a rooster that that comes running through the rooms, like through the walls, just in circles
Rufio left it.
Turn that thing off.
for a few minutes.
I attack it.
Seredan just like conjures your
Yeah.
blade and like throws it at.
I totally would.
Into the wall.
Yep.
There's gonna be a lot of.
Sarah stays in bed for sure. She's having a lazy morning.
So it is actually going to be Kilobix that knocks on the door of the laboratory first, of the study in the laboratory.
I'll go ahead and open it.
And
Kilomix, come on in.
he bows and he says, "Pardon my intrusion, Master Bolt. I just wanted to let you know that breakfast will be ready soon. And in fact," and he kind of like holds up a hand and wiggles a finger, and at that point, you can all smell the sweet smell of eggs cooking and a little bit of bacon and some toast and everything as it starts wafting through magically through the tower. He says, "It should be ready in a few moments. If you would like to come downstairs."
Will
Is that
you?
like a pot of
A pot
porridge
of
or
porridge or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Like there, I didn't say there were any sounds, just smells. But
Yeah. What's the smell? Okay, fair
What does
enough.
it smell like? Bacon. What does it taste like? Bacon.
Megan.
what does it look like? Not bacon. Not bacon.
Magic.
Magic bacon.
It's mushrooms they grow in the cellar and they just turn it into all kinds of things.
Was there anything that you required beforehand?
I can't think of anything at the moment. If you can go ahead and wake my companions on the way back down, I will join them shortly.
Of course, I would happily do that. And then he just kind of like melts away as he usually does. Like it doesn't
Like into the cracks
Yeah.
of the stone and like float. Yeah, okay.
Yep, he's made of wax, so it's not really that hard for him. Yeah. So, Bolt, what do you do?
I'll just put a bookmark in to whatever book I was reading and put it back on the shelf.
Okay.
And, is Callie still in the workshop?
She hasn't come out.
I'll go knock on the door and see if I can answer.
There is no answer.
Go ahead and open it.
She is dead asleep on the workbench, kind of just like draped over it. You can see that a lot of her pieces. I'm sorry, there's a broom going through the tower at this point, sweeping up some remnants of Ezra's last night binge. Know what that's like. And she's kind of just got all of her stuff scattered out. You can see her crossbow has been half taken apart, and it looks like she's adding stuff
I'll
to
walk
it.
over and just kind of like take a look at what she was doing,
And she's definitely got that that I've been working really late and there's drool dripping out of the mouth kind of sleep going on.
I'll just kind of smile a little bit and I'll gently pick her up and take her to one of the big cushiony chairs in the
As soon as you touch her, she actually like jerks awake and she takes a knife out of her pocket and like jams it up against the bottom of Bolt's just I guess jaw, but it kind of tink.
Just me.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna move you to the big comfortable chair.
Yeah, probably a good idea not to touch me when I'm sleeping.
I'm still gonna pick her up.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing?
There.
He puts her
Put me
in.
down,
Bjorn.
Put me down, damn it. Wait, is that bacon?
Yes, breakfast is almost ready.
Oh, wonderful. Take me down.
All right. I'll just
She
like
stays
over
Bjorn.
at this point. I'm just like over the shoulder.
Yeah.
So she's just got her little feet right here.
And she'll put her knife away, and like as the camera pans around, you go out the door.
And
You can see
I'll-
she's got her little notebook out, and she's writing new ideas down. Even as she's
I'll walk
carrying
by,
it.
and if I see any closed doors, I'll just like as I walk past.
Victor will be
Breakfast.
outside of Ezra's whatever, and he will not have gone to sleep, but he'll just kind of be sitting, polishing the rapier that he took.
Just
but
outside of
he
Ezra's
won't
door?
have slept, so like if that incurs a level of exhaustion,
Yeah,
he would
you
have just
will
been
you will
up trying
take a
to
level of exhaustion
make sure
for
that Ezra's okay because he could
for
tell
not.
kind of something was
I
wrong.
think you can do. I think it's just one night.
I think it was one night.
Yeah, I think it's just.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have slept. He would have just tried to make sure that Ezra's okay.
Okay. Yeah, and Ezra is fast asleep. Kilbex comes up to the door first, and he goes, "Oh, Master Victor, you're awake."
Yes, I didn't have much to sleep, but sounds like Ezra finally went to sleep without throwing up everywhere.
Yes, we're all very grateful for that. John especially.
Yeah, tell John
we
I'm
need
sorry.
brooms. I forgot.
That's the one that.
Poor
never
John.
mind.
That was the one that was.
Yeah.
That was the one that had to report to HR after victory.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I forgot all
And
that.
he says, is there... I mean, breakfast is almost ready. Would you like me to check on him and see how he's holding up?
That sounds great. If you could keep an eye on him, I'll grab something to
Yes,
eat.
of course. And he just lets you kind of wander downstairs, and he actually stands there for a moment, and he goes, oh, and then he moves over to the next door, and he gently knocks on it, and he goes, mistresses?
Sorry, turn it off.
Sarah would just be like, "Come in, Pixie."
And he'll just like slide through the door.
Okay.
Forgive the intrusion on your morning, but breakfast is almost ready if you are interested. But I can understand if you'd like to sleep. Master Ezra is still fast asleep and doesn't seem to be waking for anything other than the apocalypse.
What are the chances of
The apocalypse? Very slim.
No. I was going to say breakfast in bed.
That sounds nice.
I will have the servants bring something up.
And then you hear Victor in the other room.
No, that's still Ezra. Yep. And then the sigh of a broom as John comes through.
Breakfast in bed.
All right, so after that, Kilobix leaves, and soon enough, the door swings open briefly as some of the gloved hands that act as servants bring in 2 trays filled with, again, bacon, eggs, some toast, a little bit of butter and milk. Basically, all the food stores that they were able to gather. Maybe a little bit of cheese, nice wedge of cheese in the morning, you know. Yeah, and they just sit them down on the bed in front of you. And then all of the hands kind of do this placating bow gesture as they back out, almost as if there's a full servant there, but they're just hands.
I don't know about you, but I could get used to this, I think, Evie.
Yes, very much.
Start eating.
Okay, perfect. Preston,
Huh?
the rules for exhaustion or for not sleeping. You need to roll me a Constitution saving throw for 24 hours. This is from Xanthar's. They had a thing on there. It's a DC 10 for 24 hours.
Okay, so I rolled an 11 plus.
You're
my
fine.
thing, so-
No level of exhaustion for now. You did not take a long rest, though. And then each day that you stay up beyond this, the DC increases by 5. And then if you fail, then you get a level of exhaustion. All right. So Ezra stays in his room. The hands probably take a little bit of food to him. So it's just Victor, Callie,
Something
and
greasy.
We'll send
Bolt?
some hands in to give him a nice like massage. Just
like
somebody
that.
hands like.
Little choppy.
so it's just the 3 of you down at breakfast.
Yeah, and it's probably only Callie eating because Bolt doesn't eat food very often.
Yeah. You're probably smelling a few things.
Mhm.
You'll just like take a tray and just bring it up and just sniff it, put it back down.
Piece of bacon.
Yeah. And Kilbix does appear after a little bit, and he goes, we did receive a reply to our acceptance of the invitation to Ignathal's mansion. Lunch today at midday.
Okay, good. We will go.
Perfect.
Probably minus Ezra.
Yes, it does sound like he may need some additional time to recover.
The whole tower is just every time he snores, it's like.
Did something happen to him? Should I be concerned?
I think he just overdid it last night while he was.
Too much drinking. Sometimes, you want to drink your problems away, but it doesn't really help.
What did happen last night? You guys were out.
The usual, went dancing, cut some people's fingers off.
Okay. Can you
Look, I got a new rapier. Not for long,
Yeah.
I give it back.
Let's rewind a little bit. Can you elaborate about the dancing part
Yes.
first?
Well, there's knife dancing, and then there's
No, the
rapier dancing.
finger.
Which one do you want to talk about?
Not
the
never.
finger.
Knife.
Well, it was obvious. The guy, he walks up to me, and he was very, very drunk, and he attempted to touch my dagger, so I cut his finger off. It was a warning to make sure he did not try and... If he did touch the dagger, he'd be dead.
Let's see. Would I know this based on you and being heard of the 8 rings?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of obvious. I've got knives everywhere. The ring, I mean,
Not everyone understands the 8 rings creed, but you probably should have been a little smarter about trying to grab someone else's items.
the way I see it, it was very smart. Because with one person and his little pain, I taught the whole room what not to do.
And they didn't kick you out for that?
We left afterwards. And then he tried to jump us, and then we knocked him out again. Oh, by the way, I think he's related to the guy we're going to go see lunch with today. So no big deal. He's fine. He's fine.
I should have went with. I hate dancing, but I should have went with.
Mama,
I mean, next time if you want to, I can show you how to knife dance at the dance party. It's
No, I
similar.
don't want to know how to knife dance.
All right.
Not in the way that you're talking about.
Callie kind of shovels a bunch of extra food up onto her plate, and she goes, "Well, good luck with all of that today, I guess."
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. And she heads right back upstairs towards the workshop.
She does the whole like pile on the plate,
Mhm.
summon them out. Okay, have a good night.
Yep.
Have a good day.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Gillibix.
Get some rest, I yell at her.
Back up to Eve and Seredan after enjoying a nice breakfast. How long do you stay in bed?
I don't know. 10-ish?
That
Yeah,
sounds nice.
About 9:30. Victor will come up.
It's funny because, like, do we have clocks in an area?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Victor's gonna
Yay.
Yep.
Victor's gonna come up. He's gonna tap the door.
I'd imagine.
Everybody, great. Open the door and kind of saunter in and be like, "Listen, I am bored out of my mind. What are you two doing? Come on, let's go."
Ricky, I'll give you one guess.
Well, obviously, neither one of you know how to knife dance, so it's not knife dancing.
Well, obviously it's not knife dancing.
Well, either way, we have been sitting down there. This is the
You
the
deserve
cranky,
that.
sleepless Victor. Listen, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Just letting you know
What-
that
what?
we were informed that we're going to lunch with Fancy Pants Fingerlip Boy.
Right.
His uncle
and
today.
you're staying home, correct?
No, what do you mean? I need to talk. I have to give him back his sword.
You might need to order him to stay home.
Okay.
Okay, if I have to stay home, then you have to give them the sword and tell them what happened. That's why I took the
Or
sword.
perhaps we ought to take him so that he can apologize in person.
I'm not going to apologize. I need to let them know what he made an incursion.
Incursion, yes, but words are things that adults use
And knives speak louder
to
than...
communicate things before it turns to violence. I can't believe I'm saying this.
Wow. Eve's a really good or bad influence on you, depending on how you look at it.
Well, I mean, you would think, if he really is highborn, let me, if he really is highborn, you'd think he would know not to touch the 8 rings knives. You would think. Maybe he's not that highborn.
Perhaps, we don't know how well educated he's been on your
He's
culture.
very well educated now.
Well, yes, after having
Yes.
lost a finger.
You will not forget it.
Victor, I want you to forget for a moment you are a member of the 8 Rings. Okay?
This is like existential crisis. You just folded his world on itself and...
Now, imagine, if you will, that you've met someone whom you know nothing about. You don't know their background. You don't know their creed. You don't know anything about them. And you move toward them and you see that they have something of interest upon their body.
I would take it.
You're proving the point here, Victor.
I would
So
be too
do you-
quickly. They would not know.
But do you
All right,
not
listen-
see
listen
how this
here,
relates
Drax.
to what you did?
Like pickpocket.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to make this hard, but I'm having too much fun.
So, Victor, if you want to come with us, and I am not in charge of you, but
That's debatable.
if you come with us, I do think you need to make things right.
I will make it right. You have my word.
And what do you mean by that?
Would you like it in writing?
We need it in writing, yes. Get out
Okay,
and
I
your
can do
contract.
that.
And I need
Yes, one
detail
more.
on what it means to make it
I will
right.
not cut off his pinky finger
In
again.
restitution for teaching his son something he should have taught him, or his whatever nephew, he should have taught him himself. I did not kill him, and I bring back his sword and tell him what he did.
And perhaps there's an I'm sorry for cutting off your finger in there somewhere.
Sure.
And explain that you understand it was a misunderstanding and you were perhaps in the wrong. Victor, we have to live. We have to live in this place. This is where we live now.
We might need a persuasion check for this one.
Okay,
I'm the DM. I'll call the persuasion checks.
natural 20. So
All right. Yeah. All right. He'll look at you and say, all right. If that's what you want, I will
You get an aching in your gut.
make it happen.
And then you
Victor,
just pounding on,
all right,
you hear
here,
some
you
pounding on the
sign
wall, and you
here.
hear, "Could you guys keep it down in there?" From Ezra. That's Ezra when he's got like a really sore throat.
How are you
after,
feeling, Jar Jar?
uh,
Would you like something greasy?
Ezra,
Twing.
we need a notary. Will you be the notary?
Your arrows do not penetrate the walls. Apologies.
I regret saying anything.
All right. I will apologize. Well, you. Either way, we have places to be.
Okay.
People to teach.
thank
Right.
you, Victor. People to teach.
Give us another 30 to 40 minutes. We'll
All
be
right.
out.
All right. Bolt, how long is you? Do we have any clocks here? I don't know how we tell time here.
Oh, yeah, there-
Gilbix will summon like a.
Gillibix.
He'll
That's
summon
the
an
time.
hourglass for you.
Okay, Gillibix.
What does the hourglass do?
It's a 2/3
Yeah.
hour glass.
Okay.
It's just 30 to 40 minutes on the top.
We'll be downstairs.
Someone cuts just their job.
Good
Yeah.
enough for me. I'll go practice my.
I like how the hourglass is not specific. It's 32 for.
Yeah,
Either or.
40. So 30 to 40 minutes later, the party convenes down at the ground floor, or level 2 if you're nasty, I guess. I don't know why I would say it that way, but here we go.
I think we're all nasty.
Well,
That's what it is.
I think that's just. There's now a new magic part of the tower. Sometimes we just randomly tack on the words "if you're nasty."
If you're nasty.
We don't know why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be a lasting influence from one Miss Cheeks, but could be something else.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I'll go say I'm sorry if I'm nasty.
And Ezra does send his apologies that he's not going to join you. He's too. He says he's too hungover. But he sounded kind of fine when he said it. But I'm not sure. I'm not any judge of character. I'm just the homunculus.
Well, keep an eye on him.
Of course.
I suppose that means we have to keep an eye on Victor. Usually that's Ezra's job.
Yes, but he's also sort of his instigator, so maybe it'll be better if he's not here.
Good point.
Through it's like when you have little baby sheep, and the one plays off the other, and then they all. Next thing you know, they are outside the pen. They are eating everything. Then you have to kill them for dinner.
How did sheep get into this?
No idea.
Right, anyway,
I'm telling you, chaos
shall we?
eat.
Are we all
Secret
dressed in
hobby,
our
sheep
finest
herder.
to lunch, to have luncheon with the mayor?
Yep. And it's been clean. It's been cleaned and pressed and everything. The tower really takes care of any of your basic needs, so long as you continue to say you want to live in that
Can I-
specific lifestyle.
Can I get the same? Can I get that for my house in real life, please?
All right.
I
Working
want a
on it.
homunculus
Breakfast in bed
Now,
every
there's a
morning.
Kickstarter.
that magic brooms. I know they have Roombas, but not quite the same.
Free John broom with every order.
Yeah.
Good night, John Brew. So you exit the tower. Now, as a reminder, the tower is kind of interesting where on the outside, it just looks kind of like this fenced gate that's sort of around this small patch of grass leading up to the door. But when you step through the gateway, it's a much wider grassy area. It's almost like there's a garden in there, except for it's been overgrown and it's not rotten, but what is the word? When, like dead, I guess.
Overgrown.
Yeah, overgrown. Yeah, but it's not like it's
well manicured.
Yeah, it's not well manicured. Except for it looks a little different than last time, and you're kind of wondering why until you see Helm come around with a giant trowel and in one hand and one of those little like 3-pronged forks that kind of face down. And the other, and he goes, "Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Helm.
I hope you don't mind. Your garden was looking a little lackluster, so I thought I'd spruce it up."
You garden.
good.
That's
I do.
so surprising.
I didn't get to do it much in Big Town, but they did have a few small places for plants, mostly cacti, that sort of thing. But now this seems like a good opportunity, and after what Bolt has told me, it seems like a hobby that I've had for a long time.
Perhaps can I make a suggestion?
Of
For
course.
the hottest peppers you can find, because Bolt here, I hear, likes spicy things.
I do.
I will be on the lookout for that. Thank you.
Yes. And what do they make rock hopper vodka out of? Get as much of that as you can.
Potatoes?
Yes.
Like most vodka, although I don't think that I could make a family secret recipe.
I will make it my
Make
duty to find
your
it
own.
for you.
Could have a distillery.
Helm Hopper.
Helm hopper.
Does this
That's
mean
Helmy scobies? No, it doesn't roll.
Helm's Hell Peppers?
Help peppers.
Helm peppers.
Helm peppers.
Helm Peppers from Hell.
I'll save my random
Any
tidbit
other
about
suggestions?
peppers for later.
Flowers? Any sort of
Luna bear.
Luna berries.
Luna berries?
If you can find them.
Of course, I think I might be able to go out and search.
Be careful not to plant them too close to the peppers. They like to cross-pollinate.
Oh yes, Luna berries you have to keep separate from everything else. They like to choke the life out of everything. And they're very psychedelic, which
Including
is a
some
concern.
people. That's not necessarily the Luna berry. It's just more of a didn't chew it well enough.
I suppose anything could choke anyone.
It's true.
Yes, we need lots of Luna berries.
Of course.
They make for great body paint as well.
Interesting.
We're gonna come back and Helm's gonna be like
Covered in
neon color,
kind of
like,
waving
he's
his
gonna have,
hand
like-
through the air.
Like the
I ate some.
No.
Avatar glowing in the dark.
Yep.
I've
Helm
actually
sounds like Doug from Up.
Yeah.
He is just a nice little friend, isn't he?
I am Doug.
I
I am done.
Sorry.
you're
I just drew on myself the marker. Okay.
I stabbed myself in the
just you know what? Complete it.
Leave them marks.
Just complete
Luna
it. Just do the rest.
Like outline my lips.
Mhm.
Black. Okay.
Go full like comic outline, like they do on those
Borderlands.
Borderlands.
Borderlands, yeah.
Does this mean that you're planning on staying a little bit?
If you'll have me.
Be great to have a friend around. But don't take this as I want you to constantly garden. If that's something you feel like doing,
No, I mean
your
you didn't
you're-
ask me to up to now.
your arboretum on the ship was always very impressive.
I do wish I could have found the ship.
This wasn't on our ship. This was on Quinn's ship.
Oh,
It was a much larger ship, and it had your arboretum. You had a collection of plants from many different places, some very exotic.
interesting.
I think that if we ever get back there, perhaps bringing something from Aneria might be prudent.
I think so. But for now, I will fix this place up. It looks like it could use some TLC.
That would be
Let us-
lovely.
let
Can't
us
wait
know
to
if
see
you
what
need
you can do
anything.
with it.
Of course.
Is there any, can I also maybe commission you to make a small sign for me?
A sign.
Just a small sign. Something we can hang out front. Or at least, somewhere inconspicuous.
Sure.
Don't touch my knives or else.
No, but Victor will take out a small piece of paper and kind of scrawl on it, kind of a thieves' cant symbol for safe haven, 8 rings.
Okay. All right.
Just
Gotta go take it.
I'll actually intercept that. I can make this for you.
Oh, perfect.
Helm can do what he
Perfect.
has to do.
Good. I am not a good woodworker. I'm good at working with wood when it's in the ground.
Living, yeah.
But not
That makes sense.
afterwards.
Not a problem.
Yeah. I guess. Do you require a room or?
I have been enjoying sleeping out under the stars for a long time. Although if I do require something, I will let you know.
Please
Perhaps a distillery might be in order, as has been pointed out.
You hear Ezra groan from upstairs. Oh, no! He's listening out the window.
Under that window, perhaps.
Perhaps we
That
can brew
sounds
some
like an
kombucha.
excellent idea.
Of course.
The whole outside of the tower will just be still.
I've never heard of that.
It's a very exotic drink from Malagoth Mountains.
Yes, it's very good for the digestion.
I would not know. I do not have a butthole.
But you're still a person to us.
I see.
You forgot that Helm was a construct for a moment,
I
didn't you?
forgot for a minute.
I was
Yeah.
thinking he was a dog.
I think Hug is more like Doug.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I shouldn't keep you. You look like you have somewhere fancy to go.
Yes, we do. And we'd best be on our way. We don't want to be late.
Of course. And he kind of brushes a little bit of the path that has some dirt on it off, but it doesn't really do anything. You just hear the metal scraping on stone for a moment, and then he gives you a good enough bow for a giant construct and lets you on your way.
If you need anything, just have Callie give me a ring.
Of course. Goodbye.
That is what we call it, right? Since they are communication
A ring?
rings.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
aha.
it absolutely is. Give me a ring. Yep. So the trail leading up and up and up from Salisbury comes with fancier and fancier buildings. There's nicer restaurants. There's a couple dance halls that look even better than the ones you were at last night.
Note. These
But they definitely are exclusive. You can see like the nice velvet ropes hanging out in front of them. There's already a couple like bouncers that are half orcs or bugbears, hobgoblins, all those types that really enjoy the bouncer jobs. Again, I'm being racist. There's one gnome. Equality. But he looks the toughest of them all.
We cross to the other side of the street.
Yeah.
He looks very scary. I'm watching you.
He's got
But
like
he does have-
that scar where his like tooth is always showing, and
But he does have the typical gnome hat. Because I'll go back to being racist again, apparently.
oh gosh,
Does it have a pom-pom on top?
Nope, just the conical hat that gnomes like
gnomes.
to wear. Garden gnomes wear. Which is a different subspecies of gnome.
Right.
Yeah. And eventually, ignoring
From the
all of
town
that-
of Garden.
Yes.
they're like somewhere cross between brownies and actual gnomes.
You eventually arrive at the top of Salsport, and it's very clearly the top. The hill kind of crests up to this gigantic mansion.
And we're now looking at about the same level as our Ezra's tower. We can see Ezra.
Yeah. Tascadia's tower definitely does mar the skyline, or whatever you guys decide to call
improves the
Yeah.
skyline, I'd say.
it. Depends on who you ask.
Oh, what did we come up with? We came
It
up
was like
with
the
a name.
watchtower.
You guys
Watchtower.
called it the Wayward Watchtower, or the Watchtower.
I think it was just the
Yeah.
watchtower.
The
But
Tower of the
I
Watch.
thought people said workshop that a little bit, but you guys get to say.
I like the Watchtower.
Watchtower.
It took you
It's a
12 episodes to come up
semi-tentative
with a
name, right?
Yeah.
Name in progress.
Yep. And you arrive at the front gate. There is a couple guards standing out there. They're just kind of standard humans with pole axes. And they look over and they go, "Do you have an appointment?"
Why, yes, we do.
Ah.
My name is Evosia Ferricu, and we are the Wayward Watch.
Oh, the Wayward Watch. We've been expecting you.
I'll bow like ceremoniously deep and like
With the
sap.
rapier, like.
With the rapier. Oh, dear.
And they just kind of are like, okay, I don't know why he's bowing to the guards, but all right, they'll open up the gates for you.
Well, just at the mention of our
Do you
name.
stay bowed as you walk forward?
It's just called Naruto running after a while.
But it's a Naruto walk.
Naruto bowing.
Naruto bowing.
And they will just let you walk up a garden path. The lawns here are very well manicured. Every single bush you see is a topiary of some animal or another, or some statuesque figure from Salsport, or even the lands beyond. And eventually you arrive at the front doors just as they open, and a servant steps forward. He's kind of an older gentleman. He's got that the bald head on top. He's got the gray around the sides, and he says, "Welcome to the manor of Ignis Saul. You are the Wayward Watch, correct?"
We are indeed.
Excellent. Master Saul is waiting for you, if you wouldn't mind following me to the dining hall.
It'd be our pleasure.
Wonderful. And he leads you through, and at first you think he's kind of leading you in circles because you pass 3 separate dining halls on your way through. And he just kind of leads you from around one to the next. There's a lot of fancy paintings on the wall from every famous painter in an area that you can name however you'd like. I'm okay with you calling them Salvador Dali, and who's an elf. And
Monet, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise. Yeah.
Mhm.
How do you say it? How do you guys say it?
Money
I
mayonnaise.
say it the Utah way.
Monet.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. I think that's how I say it too.
Sorry.
Mayonnaise
Mayonnaise.
or mayo. Mayo.
I just say mayo.
Yeah.
I just call
That's
it.
the
You're gonna
easiest
say
way.
the whole word.
It's Miracle
Mayonnaise.
Whip. The rest of it.
Mayonnaise.
Yeah, Miracle Whip.
Mayonnaise.
It's aioli, actually.
It's a dressing.
Why would you ruin
Mayonnaise?
Why would you ruin your food with that?
Miracle Whip is a dressing.
You guys have a wonderful
It's
discussion about
distressful.
mayonnaise
I
after
dress
seeing a painting
my-
of mayonnaise.
Yeah, there's just a jar of mayo.
It's a
Oh,
still
that
life.
smells so bad.
It's done by Candy Vorhall. No, sorry, Vorpal,
Candy
who also
yes.
created the Vorpal sword.
It's just famous for drawing warbles.
Yes,
actually.
yeah. Like 8 of them right in a row.
This was his Warple period.
Yep.
This is Alphonse Mucha, not Muka. That's my favorite.
I've never heard of that one. I'll
Alphonse
have to,
Mucha.
I'll
Look
have
it
to
up.
look it up. Yeah.
Art Deco.
And you eventually arrive to just another, what appears to be just another in the long line of dining halls.
I do have to make a preface that some of them are prostitutes, so just hang up. So
Well, now I gotta look it up.
just for our younger audience.
That's horrible.
It's
How
not
do you
bad.
spell it again?
It's not
Yes, how do you spell it so that I can never...
A-L-F-O-N-S-E.
So I make sure I don't ever see it.
Or if you just do Muka, he's known by Muka, M-U-C-H-A. Muka artist, you'll see a lot of like really heavy line art on the
Ooh,
edges.
pretty.
Super pretty.
Go ahead and do some.
Kind of a naked lady right
No, that's what I was saying. It's like
It's not on camera, it's fine.
art, so I just putting that out there as a PSA for our younger viewers. Like my nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Don't look
Sorry,
this up.
Sorry, Patrick.
I mean, it's art. Art, you know,
Art
art's
is-
beautiful.
it is
Yes,
very beautiful.
exactly.
That's.
Ooh, somebody's playing the harpsichord.
I thought that was Muka. I was like,
It's one of my
wait,
favorite instruments.
And you do arrive in a dining hall, and there's only 6 chairs set out. One of them is occupied already by kind of a man with sort of rotund belly. He's got a nice big thick mustache and neatly combed hair. Yeah, so he has nice combed black hair, pale complexion. He's just kind of jovial, just kind of sitting there drinking a glass of water. And he stands up as you enter, and he goes, the Wayward Watch. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
I will
Good.
do another ceremonious bow at mention of our glorious name.
And he kind of waves his hand, and he goes, I hope you don't mind. I brought some accompaniment for the afternoon. And he does wave over to a small troupe of bards that are playing the harpsichord and a few other instruments.
Lovely. Are they employed by you, or are they?
Yes, I mean, I'm paying them currently. They're kind
I
of
suppose.
just...
I mean, do you have them on retainer permanently, or Are they a band that plays locally?
I just picked them up from wherever I found them, or wherever my servants found them,
The who?
actually.
Bunch of owls playing.
They're quite good.
No, thank you. They barely met each other a half hour ago, but they seem to go. Pardon. Please, have a seat. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're ready for a wonderful lunch. I had them get some nice ham hock, and we can sit and chat, and I want to get to know you a little bit. First of all, though, I do have to address something. There was a little incident last night with my nephew. Is that correct? Between you, word gets around, you know.
Yes, in fact, I think Victor could tell you more about it.
Yes, I first.
That little bastard.
I mean, you're no threat, and so he's not like drawing the sword or anything, but he's bringing scabbard and all. He says, "I believe this belongs to your nephew."
Oh, of course.
Unfortunately, yesterday, 8 Rings business, he decided he would like to attempt to touch my knives, which, as we all know, like he's going to gauge his whatever, as we all know, is quite the faux pas, to say. And I wanted to.
Feeding him lines.
Yeah, whispering lines here.
Freaking Cyrano over here.
Yeah.
I wanted to
That's my favorite.
apologize for cutting his finger off. She put it back on, but I needed him to understand that it is unacceptable in any circumstance.
Right. And he kind of looks at the sword, and then he kind of waves one of his servants over who takes it. Sorry, weapons are, and I don't like touching them. It's
Not the problem. I find it admirable not to touch another person's blade.
I just mean in general, but I do understand that the 8 Rings do have certain qualities that might cause issues to drunken nephews. And no apology is necessary, my friend Victor. To be honest, I was a little thrilled to hear that my cousin, or my nephew, got a little bit of a comeuppance. He's been sort of rowdy lately, and it was nice to see him taken down a peg.
Well, he did sort of try to accost us later with a few thugs, but we managed to dispel the animosity without any violence.
I do appreciate that. Salsport is a wonderful place that we like to keep as clean as possible.
The David Watch are very good at conflict
Resolution.
mitigation.
Yes. And we're very
got it written
thrilled
on
to
his
be
arm.
part of the community.
And we're very thrilled to have you. Please, sit down and, well, actually, forgive me, I'm all out of my manners today. I'm all out of sorts today, apologies.
You're out of manners. I did all my manners.
Yes.
They're
Everybody's
done.
gone.
I only have so
all
many.
the manners are
We have so
gone.
many.
I want to insight check him. Is this now? I need to ask this.
Yeah.
Is that the character doing that, or is that
Doing the mess ups? Yeah.
Okay, I want to do an insight check on him to see. if
Thank you for
there's-
asking before you.
That's why I'm asking.
The first one wasn't, but I decided that was a fun
To roll with
character.
it.
Yes.
I like it. It's a good character flaw. So, because that's something that Victor would kind of pick up on, like what's going on here. So, investigate. No,
Insight.
insight. It's a +8 on a 5.
So
Your face.
you've dealt with nobles before. Lady Crestor is the most notable among them. And they all speak in a certain manner that kind of evokes high society, right?
Okay.
You can pick it
Suits
out.
them.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Ignis Saul sounds like a man trying to make that affectation and failing just enough that it's noticeable.
Okay, Victor will lean into that, and as he's interacting with him, and basically like whenever he has those mannerisms that he's trying to make grand or what have you, he'll kind of, oh yes, like, yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Of course. Introductions.
Play it up a little bit.
yeah, hammer,
I'm Ignis
Patronizing.
Saul, of
patronizing.
course.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Lord and I guess mayor is probably the best term for it, of Salsport, which has been in my family for, well, since its inception. And you, my dear,
My name is Evosia Ferricu. You can call me Eve.
it is absolutely a delight to meet you, Miss Evosia Ferricu. Eve.
Thank you. And this is my Sari.
Hello, Sarah.
She has a last name, you know.
Sorry, at that point, this is just like,
Yeah,
There's like,
That's it.
I'm Eve. I mean,
and I'm Eve.
and she's like, right, yes, Seredan Fellowship of Malakoff City,
A fellow shield.
and I suppose
Bright Bunch.
Taria Moon of the Summer Court.
A fallow shield and of the Summer Court.
Right, started in one, ended in the other.
Wow. That is some delightful and intriguing stories. Perhaps we can share that over lunch. I'd like to hear more about it.
I would be happy to share it with you.
Wonderful.
Just be warned that once I get going, sometimes it's hard to stop.
I wouldn't have it any other way. And of course, Victor, was it?
Victor Udanta.
Yes. And he kind of like strains up a little bit, and he tries his best to do like an 8 rings bow. I don't know
He'll
if
get
there's like a
excited at
specific.
this, and
Yeah.
like not just patronizing, but he'll genuinely
Yeah.
be like, "Oh yes." Like,
Did I do that all right?
it was close. You're a little rigid. You need to twist your hand a little more.
Oh, I see.
you also need blades swirling behind you, but you know,
Yes.
we forgive others.
I've met a few members of the 8 Rings in my time,
Yes.
and they've all been very interesting
Overconfident?
characters.
Good. Well, the,
I would never say that.
the point here is that you're supposed to be saying that you would give your heart to the 8 rings. That is
Interesting.
That is,
Alrighty.
that's why.
Because the
Yeah,
ring's on the hand. Oh, that is very intriguing. No one's ever told me that, and anyone that I've asked.
And then some say that it's stabbing a blade in your heart, but I think that's a little too crazy.
That would feel a little crazy. And, sorry. And you, wonderful construct. And, sorry, that might be derogatory.
I'm as alive as anyone else, but you may call me
course.
Bolt.
Bolt, it is very nice to meet
It was
you.
a pleasure.
Please, have a seat. Everything is prepared. And you guys turn around and you do see that the servants have brought out food. It's not nearly as quiet as, say, the serving hands that help you. The helping
I'll look
hands.
at the chair. I'll look at one of the chairs and kind of give it a little like, and pick it up and like move it behind. And
Oh.
then I just sit down to use my seatbelt.
Oh, never mind. Wow, that's ingenious.
That's something I picked up from Six Hills. It helps in situations like this. I would want to damage your furniture.
6 Hills is such a wonderful place, isn't it? I actually was there recently.
Did you know we got to judge the brew bash there?
For the last event,
Right.
I was judging the brew bash at the last event.
That's right, I knew you looked familiar.
But does he look familiar?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
just making sure.
Yeah.
He's not like an intruder.
No.
Wasn't the Chateau Morlaine amazing that year?
It absolutely was. You know, I bought 15 bottles before. Would you like another?
We would love nothing more.
Wonderful. And he nods to one of the servants who wanders out and he says, I don't usually just crack open a bottle of Chateau Morlaine, especially like the current year. You have to wait a few years and
Right.
then it gets even more spectacular. But this is a special occasion. It's the meeting of wonderful judges again. All we're missing is Ainor. I wish she was here.
Ah, I know. She became a good friend, didn't she? We helped her out a bit. She is an amazing cook.
Oh, absolutely. I actually offered her a job down here, but she refused. She said she liked her restaurant up in Willow Wind Hollow or wherever.
Willow Creek.
It is quite
Ah,
beautiful
yes,
there.
of course.
It was delicious.
It would be
She
fun to
makes
at
an
least,
excellent chili.
at least get her here on vacation sometime.
I will definitely endeavor to do that. But Sid, please enjoy and tell me all about... First of all, I want to know everything about the Wayward Watch, how you came to be, how you came to acquire such a wonderful tower, which has been vexing to everyone nonetheless. And I do hear that there is a special benefactor that helped you acquire it as well, that I'd like to know more about.
While he's talking, I want to be watching. I'm looking at the staff. What is the staff doing?
The staff is very proper. They look... I wouldn't say that they look like nervous or happy or anything. They're very much just like straight-faced, straight-laced. You know, they just do their job and get out of the way.
Any like soulless eyes or anything? Anything like off-putting? Okay.
I mean, you can give me an investigation check if you want to
Zombies.
see.
Natural
it's Lady
20.
Cressida.
Among them.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yeah,
Any
they all...
workers that hate their jobs.
Yeah, they all look like they are literally just, we're doing our job and we don't show any emotion while we're doing it, but there's no
I'm not
vacant
seeing like,
stares.
and I'm not seeing like any signs of like them being misused.
What type
or...
of health care do they have?
Can we ask about the dental?
A cleric comes by once a
Retirement
week and makes
plan.
sure that everybody's okay.
Okay. That's all.
Yep, everybody looks...
Just kind of keeping it watching
Yeah.
and just making sure there's not like this isn't one of those watch my right while I steal from the left kind of
Yeah.
things.
No, they don't look like they're... Like, none of them roll their eyes at Ignis when he's not looking or sneer at him or anything like
They all
that.
do that.
Yeah.
So,
And they do bring Chateau Morlaine, which, if you remember, if I recall correctly,
Firework.
it was fireworks that when you popped the cork on it. Or that was the one that you had
we had the night before the
night before the...
judging. Oof. Somebody go back to episode
Burning
2.
Forest.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Season
cannot
3,
remember.
episode 3. That's when my notes start.
Perfect. So the servant sets the bottle of Chateau Morlaine down and pops the cork, and as soon as he does, there's kind of this little bubble that appears right at the top of the bottle, and then it expands, and as it does, you see the bottom fills up with kind of a gently sloshing wine, and then floats on over and just starts hovering next to Eve, and then one fills up and starts floating next to Seredan, much in the same way they did at the festival, and all you have to do is just kind of like move your hand around and it will guide with you, and you can take a drink of it, almost like it's a glass itself.
Yeah.
Makes me miss your little elemental friend.
The little mud one.
Oh, the little beer?
Yep, the little beer.
Beer
That's right.
elemental.
Do that.
There were so many fantastic
The
things at
ale
that
elemental.
festival.
Elemental.
Ale
The,
elemental.
the kombucha was my second favorite.
Yes, the Adequathan
The
are
Adequathans, yes.
quite fancy. They surprised me for sure. Typically, we don't trade too much alcohol with them, but since then, it's kind of been a hit around the city.
Their fermented sardine drink was really good. Well, I just smelled good.
Watch out for the gumbo. It's cursed.
Is that all gumbo? Is that
Just the
That's
gumbo.
just, that's just that one cart in Terramon.
That's fair. That's the only gumbo I've ever had.
right? And that brings me back to my original. Let's hear the story of the Wayward Watch. I'm very curious.
Well,
Well, we will. This is Sarah's
Cut to a montage.
special.
Yes.
Actually.
Okay.
and then, yeah, I mean, like, if you really want me to do it, I will. But
No, yeah, we'll go ahead and say that Sari gives the entire spiel through the first
3 hours
three
later.
courses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was looking in her eyes, and that was the moment I knew I
That's right.
loved her. I'm like,
We've all gotten
Sharing.
so used to it that as you retell a story, all of us can like jump in and be like, "Oh, don't forget about the such and such," and then you'll be like, "Yes, okay," and then go on a tangent.
Right.
She's just eating
She
the
took
whole
the,
time.
the crystal, freed the slot. I couldn't believe it. I was so just enamored. I couldn't barely even knew what to do with myself.
I would not expect that from you, Eve. That's,
I didn't expect it for myself.
and after you finish every story, he's just like, "Wow, that was enraptured. That was incredible. That was amazing. That was
If
fantastic."
you want to know more, check out our earlier videos.
I thought you were going to say, visit your local library.
you don't want to hear what she said, go watch all the recaps.
Yep. Up until the last recap, and then don't watch any of the new ones. They're terrible. But the tower. Nothing in there kind of explains where you got your tower from.
Right. I could use a drink, actually. My throat
No.
is a little... her voice is like hoarse at this point.
Of course.
Somebody else want to take over?
Did Lady Crester, did she seem to want to be secretive about it at all, or anything?
Not really. She didn't say anything about it.
Well, we have a benefactor that we work with.
I told him about Lady Crystal.
Yes,
Lady
this
Crestor,
Lady
yes.
Crestor.
Yes.
Sorry, High Chancellor Crestor now.
We came into a lot of money, as you know from the story. Really great at making bets.
Some of us.
Most of us.
We all made a lot
Really,
of money
everybody
from that.
but Vicky.
Hey,
there, Vicky. It's all right.
somebody... I've been writing all over my hand somehow.
I was
That's
writing
what
over
you were
on my
checking,
face,
Yeah,
right?
so-
apology.
That's my apology letter. See, it's all in thieves. I can't even read it.
Thieves can't read.
That's right. We were with this money. We wanted to find a place, and we hired a small agency. Who did
Of
we
small
hire?
people.
Who did we hire?
The littlest hopes.
The little, yes.
Who?
The littlest hopes. That's what they call themselves.
I see. Was
A
it
group
Little
of
Hopes or Littlest Hopes?
I've never
Littlest.
It is a group of adventurers for hire.
Yeah, I think I heard something about them. They solved some sort of zombie pet issue around town, from what I understood.
Oh, did they?
Interesting.
Yes, but so they went into this tower. I didn't, and they got it and then handed it over to you.
They were hired.
Contracted,
Right.
magically contracted. Yes.
Oh, of course. Do you know who they were hired through?
Well, may I ask why this is of such interest to you?
Oh, the tower has been an interest to everyone in the city for years, and now that I have the information, all the other nobles will want to hear it from me.
Would my
Although, if they want to hear it from you, that would be even the better, because I could invite you. How long are you staying?
So tomorrow.
here?
And how long?
I didn't bring any pajamas.
And where are you going? And how long have you gone for?
Well, you remember that bastard Aventhi that I was telling you about?
yes, he seems like as you said.
We're on the hunt. Yes, he is. I really like you, by the way.
Thank
You
you.
are the best audience that I have ever had for this story.
Well, you tell the best stories.
Everyone else seems to roll their eyes and fall asleep when I get 45 minutes in.
Notably, the bards are playing a little slower. They're kind of blinking a little bit. Yeah.
But anyway, right. Kes, you remember Kes?
Yes,
He's working on the ship,
He's the
and
dragon.
supposedly it will be ready tomorrow. We're going to leave for Archdom and try and track down the bastard.
Oh, and you'll be gone for some time. I'm
Well,
assuming?
until we save the world, yes. But then we'll be back.
Well,
Perhaps.
unfortunate. That's unfortunate. In 4 to 5 days, in 6 days, my youngest daughter is turning 13, and she did tell me that she wanted to have far travelers as her theme this year, and so I was going to invite you, but it seems you'll be out of town, unfortunately.
Don't really know if that's our scene. Performers at a birthday party.
I assure you that while there is a 13-year-old presence, most of it is the noble houses around Salzport, all the major
Probably be
players,
good shrub
merchants,
shoulders,
and
but
everything. Yes.
I'm afraid I can't promise that we'll be
Yes,
back.
but you said you were heading to Archdom.
I
That's
mean,
the
is there
plan.
any-
Am I divulging too much?
Is that actually is that canon? Is that something you say?
Well,
Only
she would
all,
actually send
right?
that in via the message spell to Eve.
Would
You have to say it out loud
Probably.
for the message.
There are
about
verbal
who?
components.
about like
But
what where the
That's not
contract is
necessarily
through.
the message.
Would I know
Verbal
anything
components,
about the
you say,
underbelly
sending
of this
message to Eve.
town, or like what that contract looked like?
So it wasn't done through an underhanded contract. It was through a legal firm, basically.
legal firm,
Yeah,
and
a
so-
law mage firm.
Victor would have been
You
particularly
recalled something that I wrote down.
interested. Would she have shared any of that?
Well,
Lady Crusher, or
Leah,
would she been kind of close to the best?
If you would have asked, she would
Orna?
have.
She would.
Yeah, Leah Horneth of
Lady Horneth, Elven Mage.
it's I can't remember the name of the place. It's F and G or the
Okay.
or the
That's
initials
just
for it.
for Victor's knowledge. I'm
Yeah.
not sharing it unless he asks for it.
Yeah. If you are heading to Archdom, may I ask a small favor? One wonderful person to another.
Absolutely.
Excellent. And he kind of waves his hand over to a
I'm gonna
servant.
start using that.
Yeah.
One wonderful person to another.
And soon enough, the servant comes back and he's carrying kind of a large tome, and he goes, "I borrowed this book a long time ago from a friend of mine. His name is Magnus Foal, and I wish to return it to him. And he lives in Archdom. I've never been able to get up that way, and unfortunately, it's not a book that you want to just leave to any old messenger. So, some great adventurers such as yourselves might be able to deliver it. So,
What's in the book?
Oh,
Was that a name from one of the letters we read?
Magnus
no.
what?
Magnus Foal.
You're thinking of Ignis,
F-O-A-L.
which is his name.
Which is his name.
It is it's some mage's book about creation of constructs of some kind. Yes. Not your type of construct, from what I can understand. I don't know. I borrowed it thinking that maybe I could try a new hobby. Didn't really pan out, and here we are, a book gathering dust on my shelves.
Did you try to make Gollum out of like bones and stuff?
Oh no, that'd be horrible. Just clay.
I don't know why we couldn't deliver it.
Wonderful. Who would like to?
I'll take it.
Of course, and the servant will hand over. And you look at it, and based on like the front cover, it looks like it is showing a diagram of a clay golem.
So this is a manual golem something. I can't remember.
Yep,
what it's
I
called.
think it's Manual of Golem Creation is what they're specifically called. Yep. If you could deliver that to the Half Hall Forge in Archdom, that's his place of work. It's kind of where he. It's on the northern edge of the city, just overlooking.
As
the
he's
river.
talking, Victor does have a pen and paper out, and he's writing down everything that's being said. And did he mention payment earlier?
No, he just from one just a
One
favor.
Amazing
person to another.
person.
So he's kind of writing it, and then Victor, like on his standard contract, has like an area for like money. He's kind of gonna tip it towards Eve and like point towards the.
We would be happy to.
Zero.
Well, I would absolutely be
Zero.
delighted, and I would consider it a personal favor.
Always good to have a favor.
Yes, always good to have a friend.
Indeed.
Well, if we're ready for dessert,
You got a friend in
I'm
Eve.
always ready for dessert.
and he snaps his fingers, and they bring out just a nice, we'll say it's a nice like shortcake, like with a little,
Some fresh fruit.
fresh fruit, a little bit of homemade whipped cream, you know,
Co-
kind of thing.
Clotted cream.
I was really hoping for mint brownies, but
Some creme fraiche.
I'm so sorry. I could have something else called for.
it's fine.
Okay, well, wonderful.
Sari makes the best ones.
Do you have any rock hopper from the Rubesh?
Oh no, that stuff was absolutely
friend.
dreadful. No offense to anyone who does enjoy such.
It's a great degreaser.
Yes.
I enjoy
At the
very
bottom of Victor's contract, he kind of scribbles out the part of like having a friend.
Perfect.
I need to get a new laugh.
No,
No, you're not.
I do.
It's infectious.
My mom. Wasn't that so cute? She was
Yeah,
like,
and then
commenting
commenting,
on ours. Like fawning over Colby. But she was like, I tried to watch it, Torrey, but your laugh was just too much to take.
Ow.
Wow.
I was like,
Ow.
I know, I inherited it from
That's-
you though.
That's how you get confidence issues. Come on, parents.
It's okay. It's a dreadful laugh. It's like
To
a
be
machine
honest,
gun.
We still love you.
Cory
too.
and I, we always talk about how much we love your laugh, though.
Yeah.
It's
Whenever
pretty
we're
bad.
and then
it is-
I
it
go
is
like,
very
there's
infectious,
laugh
and
number
it's-
43 from me, which is all different.
It's very, very joyful.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And
Okay.
so when we're doing
Heartfelt.
editing,
Yes.
it makes it,
Genuine.
anytime we do a joke, I'm like, it's just that much better. So.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right, I'll keep it, I guess.
You see that, Tori's mom? That's how you compliment.
Come on, Jane.
We're not putting that in there. No.
we're making this as short, and we're sending it only to her.
Oh no.
I love you, Mom.
The rest of the conversation through dinner is just, or through dessert is just kind of benign stuff. He's definitely very interested in the tower. He wants to know like what's in it. He's all very curious because it's been locked away for so long. But whatever you want to tell him.
Does it seem like he has like ulterior motives?
You can roll me an insight check if you'd like.
Victor has, by the way, turned off his pandering to his bigness.
Ever since the rock hopper thing.
He is offended.
Anyone that
Deeply.
drinks that swill.
Deeply.
I'm sure. I rolled a 4, so just don't even.
Yeah, he just seems like he's curious.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, if there is anything in that tower that's particularly interesting, I would be absolutely thrilled. No, delighted to buy it off of you.
Well, to be frank,
What's your bolt?
there's probably
If he wasn't going to say it, I was.
I'm in the chaos
You
chair.
can't get upset at
I
people
know.
for puns.
I don't know. Like,
well, that was Bolt getting.
Not enough sleep.
To be frank.
Yes. There's quite a bit of secrets that we have yet to uncover, and hopefully, if there's anything dangerous, we'll definitely take care of it and get it out of Salzburg.
Did you mean that you wanted to buy the tower or whatever was inside of it?
Whatever was inside of it. I'm always looking for new art pieces to show off, as you can see by my wonderful collection.
The
But yes,
mayonnaise.
Yes.
the jar.
Yes, absolutely.
I have a limited edition broom named John. Stay with me.
Interesting.
100 platinum.
I don't think it works outside of the tower.
Is it just a regular broom?
No, it can move.
Interesting.
It holds grudges.
A broom that holds grudges. How delightful. Although 100 platinum does seem a little steep.
That is partially because it has to stay at the tower. And so that's like a... what do you call it? A storage fee.
Would there be any way
Whatever you're
to
going.
move part of the tower
Just try to-
to an area where I could have the broom?
We could try.
Just start selling
John.
pieces of the tower with.
I'm not sure.
Here's one cobblestone with the room on top of
I'm not
it.
sure how John would feel about being bartered away like this.
I mean, he's a broom,
That-
right?
But
But he holds grudges, so he has feelings.
That's fair. But he can
500
hold it-
gold.
600 gold.
this music is so
Yeah, the bars are just like
cringe.
Yeah, they're
So
definitely
bad.
they're definitely a troupe of bars that literally had a half an hour to say hi to each other and get a music set
It
together.
would be 700 if we were not friends.
Oh, I see. Well then,
one
600
amazing
does
person
sound
to another.
fair. Yes, from one amazing person to another. 600 does sound plenty fair.
That's the deal.
If you wish to deliver the broom, and any way that it could stay magical, upon receipt, I will of course pay the. And if you do wish to have a contract, I'd be more than happy.
Of course. I have one here.
Yeah. If you don't mind, I will have a specialist come in, a law mage, to write up the contract so that we can have one that's magically binding.
I will redline it in the morning.
Of course. I'll have somebody get working right on that. He just kind of waves to a servant, and one of the servants just walks out of the room.
Yeah, more than anything, I'm just trying to build this intrigue for the tower. That's all. I'm not going anywhere specific with it. I'm getting rid of John.
We haven't run into very much art. We did have a picture of whose face? We had a picture of someone's face. That was it.
It's a large painting. Got a bunch of the small.
We have a rubbing.
Don't talk about what you and Sarah did.
I was gonna say something, but I'm glad you beat me to it.
Hey,
That was a nice rubbing. Sorry.
Anyway,
I don't have anything written for the painting, but I know what you're talking about. I know that there was a bunch of like Rubik's cubes.
we had a
Thanks.
tickle fight. Is
Somersault contest?
Yes, children, we had their tickle fight.
okay,
Go on.
You can edit all of this out.
Yes, the last episode was Ezra leaning over, going, seeing you guys wrestling, and going, "Who's winning?"
That's funny.
So to remind you, you did find a bunch of puzzles. You found a map. There was also the dining hall had tapestries of interesting shapes of like flowers, shells, ram's horns, that sort of thing, in very very like specific patterns. But there weren't any paintings that you saw.
Exchange aquarium with a mother jelly. Eyes in the abyss. Was that the painting? No, that was like
That was the statue.
That was the
the statue of the four eye stalks.
The two lovers.
Yeah,
And
hanging
eye
with the two
stalks.
lovers. Yeah.
Should move that into their room.
I don't know if I want eyes watching me.
Maybe I want that in my room.
That's fair.
Well, this has been an absolute delight. I do apologize that I do have to cut it short. I have a few other meetings.
Yeah, we've been here for like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's definitely like 4 in the afternoon at this point. I do have some other meetings that I do need to attend to, but it has been wonderful to see you, to meet you all. Pardon.
Please let us know how we might serve in Salzburg. We do plan on being part of the community for some time. We're quite taken with our new home.
Of course, and he kind of waves the bard's way. By the way.
And thank you again for sending that extra bottle of Chateau Marlene to.
I of
Our
course I
tower.
wouldn't have it any other way. Everyone deserves an extra bottle. And he kind of nods to one of the servants, and the servant like waits for a moment, and he gives him a confirmation nod, and then he wanders off. And we do appreciate your willingness to join the community. Once you do have some time to settle down, once that whole nasty Aventhy business is taken care of, which I do wish to hear about as soon as it's done.
I have a feeling that if we take care of it, you'll know.
Cryptic, I enjoy that. But yes, please do tell me everything that happens. And once you're back in, we will definitely have a little soiree where you can meet the rest of the community. Perhaps a ball of some sort. We can get you some fancy outfits. The whole shebang.
In your description, did you tell him about us going to the tower and messing with the Arcanum?
I think the only thing that I probably would have left out would be all of the stuff about like the astral sea,
Asmodee.
the real
But would you have told him why
state of
we
the
are the
world.
reason why everything's dark? Or can we use that as leverage?
Probably would have talked about the Arcanum stuff.
He didn't seem to react to more than just being surprised that it was you.
The only reason I asked, I was going to use that as be like, oh, by the way,
Yeah.
next time we come, we can tell you why there is no longer light in the sky at night.
Did you tell him about Keskes's dragon heart?
Because we promised we wouldn't.
Oh, there would have been a massive kick under the table if you got close to it.
Yeah.
Maybe like almost in there.
Just
like throes of it.
when we went underneath, boom, the table goes.
And there was nothing there. It turned out he just had a normal engine. And so he stands up and he will bow to Eve and Seredan very gracefully. He will actually he'll shake Bolt's hand, and he'll come over and he'll actually shake Victor's hand. We began with the
He'll reach out
rings, we'll end with the
cautiously, though,
Southport.
right?
I'll
And
shake his hand.
yep. And as he does, he kind of shakes your hand, and he did you actually write stuff down in Thieves' Cant on your arm to try and remember?
It would have been on my left arm, but
Yeah. Okay.
It
So
would have been. It would he has. There's small little.
okay. So he'll shake your hand, and then he'll step away, and he'll give you a. It's been nice to meet you in Thieves' Cant.
Snap.
And you, in Thieves ASL.
Okay. I'm sorry, I don't speak that one.
It's Anerian sign language. Yes.
And there was no
I
there was no quotation marks in there. It wasn't nice to meet you. It was nice to meet you. Well, I trust that you all have a pleasant evening, and my servant will show you out. He nods to the balding man with the gray hair, who says, "This way, please."
Thank you for all the fragrant cheeses.
Of course.
I
Let
have
me
a
know
bunch
if
of
you'd
them
like
in a
more.
pouch.
I actually have a connection down at Edagwathanathan that does some underwater kind of manatee cheeses, if you will.
I would be very interested.
Excellent. I'll get a platter together for you.
Barbara,
They
manatee
are-
You can make cheese out of anything that's got milk. So
Fair. It's fair. Just look at Mark Hamill.
Ugh.
Blue milk. And then you guys are let out. So if there's anything else, like if you want to stop and look at any of the paintings, you can. If you want to try and wander off, you also can. But yeah, he'll lead you right out the door.
still is Mayo painting.
Oh, what's that noise?
That's just a regular servant
Oh,
with
I
a
thought it
broom.
was John the broom.
I would
John's already in here. He's looking at it.
I would perhaps like to do a little shopping before we hit that. I want to see if I can find like a potion maker, like an apothecary
Okay.
shop in town, and I guess I probably would have asked
Mhm.
if you could give me directions.
Yeah, he would he would very much like, I'll get you a list, and he'll hand you. Then the servant will hand you a list on the way out of several prominent potion shops.
Okay. Yeah,
Pot shops.
Pot shops. Yep.
If you don't mind,
It's legal in Salzburg.
could we
Oh,
perhaps
nice.
make a quick stop on the way home?
Yes.
We'll have Helm grow some.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I'd want to, and like we can roleplay this or not. But I'm looking for someone who might be able to sell me a potion of speed.
Ah, I see. So we'll say that you go to the first shop on the list, which is called, it's called Magic and Whey.
Okay.
Yep. And you walk right in. WH.
Like whey protein.
Yeah, like whey protein. Yep.
Hold on. Is it, Magic and Whey. So is this? We walk in, and is it a wizard who's absolutely jacked?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yep. There
He's
is
got
a
a sleeveless robe on.
Yep.
Then he ripped the sleeves off himself.
he still has the white beard. No hat.
The
He
beard
does
is
have the
jacked,
sleeveless
too.
robe.
Does he talk like? Yeah, brother.
Randy Savage.
No, he's the two from Full Metal Alchemist. The two
Yeah,
buff guys
guy
that
with
meet
the-
in the. Can't remember.
I can't remember how that voice goes, so I'm just going to say he's just going to be like, "Hey, welcome, man. Welcome to Magic and Whey. How's it going?"
Excellent. Thanks very much.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. My apologies. It's kind of dark in here. Let me turn on the lights. And he claps his hands twice, and some magical lights illuminate what is very much an alchemy shop. There's a lot of drying herbs hanging around. There's a lot of
herbs, man.
Yeah, a lot of herbs. There's a lot of different like decanters that are holding specific liquids, and he goes, "What is your pleasure? What can I do,
My dude.
my dude,
Well,
my
to
lady?"
get straight to the point,
Good.
I
No,
was-
that sounds wrong.
I was wondering if you happen to have a potion that might help me be able to move a little more quickly. I've had one before. I quite liked it.
Now, how quick are we talking here? Are we talking gazelle? Are we talking cheetah? Are we talking bounder? Like what kind? Like I got a few different mixtures that I might be able to
Is this a
whip up.
drug deal?
You're
wanting
I
speed?
didn't know they came in varieties. Tell me more.
Well, I mean, you've got your general like fast animals, but not too fast, right? That just give you a boost to your speed. But there are some that can kind of make it seem like you're flowing at a different rate of time, even, you know. Not that time, we wouldn't want to do time magic
course
around
not,
here,
no.
you know, that's illegal stuff. But it would be very much like moving quicker in all aspects rather than just your feet carry you further.
I think perhaps the latter.
The latter. All right. I like it. Now, is there a particular flavor that you want with that?
Does it come in Lunaberry?
My man. Yes. Yeah, I can do a little Lunaberry. Now, do we want Lunaberry or do we want Lunaberry?
Just regular. It's fine.
All right. Yeah. That's the only thieves' cant that everybody learns is the quotation marks. All right. I think I can whip you up something. Typically those run a little heftier. Is there a price range that you're looking for here?
Well,
He who speaks price first always loses.
right. What's the best
Right.
deal you can give me on one?
Interesting. Let me take a look here. And as he does, he's like taking a few decanters off, and he grabs some herbs, and he pulls out a drawer of lunaberries, literally like a drawer, and he just sets it on top.
Well, while he's calculating price and they're doing their thing, Bolt, it's so nice to be a part of this new community. I mean, we could be regulars here or something, you know?
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, we do need the place to spend some of our money that we make on our trips, but we don't have that much, but we have enough, you know?
Yeah. Well, there was that other apothecary that we went to that.
He had great prices.
Now, typically, potion of speed in the request that you have is it runs pretty hefty, about 15,000 gold is a typical. Yeah.
For a potion that lasts a minute.
It is quite it's quite good though, and I do the best around here, you got to know. But I understand there's a lot of potion men out there, potion women too, you know. not to be dissuading on any sort of
I think you
any
missed
sort of
potion
creeds.
persons.
Potion persons, of course, right? I forgot.
That's also rhymes. Well, it starts with P's.
That's alliteration.
Yes.
I can probably knock off for a fresh customer maybe about 3,000 to 4,000 gold. Probably closer to 3, but 4 is okay too, since I already said it.
All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to think about it a little bit. That's a little more than that's actually quite a bit more than I was hoping to spend. Thank you. This
You're
is
welcome.
good information.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. And he puts the Luna berries back, and he goes, maybe a free sample of something though, just to kind of tide you guys over. Let me see what I got. And he starts rifling through. You can hear some of those ding, 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 ding. And he will pull out
His Rolodex of, but his potion bottles.
Yeah. He'll actually go ahead and pull out a set of 5 potions, and he'll hand one to each of you. Each of them looks like they are, we'll say that there is a red one for Eve. You know, there's 4 of you. I can roll a d4 and not have to worry about this. There is a blue one for Victor.
Okay.
Stop rolling 3s. There is a white one for Seredan.
Okay.
And then for Bolt, obviously, you're the last one. I don't have to roll for it. There is a kind of a dark black liquid. And he goes, these are special potions that will make you a little bit more resistant to some of the nastier elements out of there. You got your fire, you got your lightning, you got your radiant damage. I know it doesn't happen a lot, but sometimes the sun kind of burns you, and you just gotta...
We have fought an angel before. That could have been helpful.
Did you get anything from it?
Fought.
Like feathers or anything like that? I'd be happy to do trades.
There wasn't much left.
Okay. And then, of course, that's for the kind of the darker necromantic energies, keep you healthy and away from that necrotic energy. Not that you need it, my man. You look like you've got quite the specimen going on here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I mean, I like him too. He's kind of a nice guy.
What was your name again?
Oh, you can call me Brawl.
Brawl.
Mm-hmm. B-R-A-W-L. Yes, like a tavern brawl.
And your parents named you this?
Oh no, I named me this.
Oh?
Yeah. Once I decided to shuck off the shackles of family, I came up with my own name.
Oh, that's quite clever.
Yeah, it kind of just came to me, after a bar fight.
Would you like to arm wrestle?
No,
I absolutely would.
Hold on, I have to
What's
ask.
the name of the shop again? Something in Whey?
Magic and Whey.
Magic in a way. Is it natural? Or are you using performance-enhancing
Whoa.
magics?
Those are some serious accusations there,
I
my
mean,
friend.
you gave up on family.
I gave up on family, but I never gave up on myself. And he goes, this, and then he'll raise his foot up and slam it down. You can see the bulging muscles on his calf is all natural, my friend.
And he's like, it's like
he's wearing wizard slippers though, by the way.
It's not, and it's a high.
Yeah, it's
So he's
very
like,
high
his leg is
desk,
way up
Yep.
here.
and then he was full now do you want a regular arm wrestle, still with the foot up, or do you want to do my special kind of arm wrestle?
What's your special?
And he kind of flexes his hand, and a Bixby's hand appears and starts flexing as well.
Sure.
Okay, and the hand will come up.
If I win, what do I get?
I might be able to scrounge up another potion if you do happen to win.
Okay.
And if I win, what do I get?
Hold that thought. And so I'll rifle through my bag, and I'll pull out the.
Bag of holding, pretty nice, pretty nice.
I'll pull out the vial of extra pungent spice that I got from the. Was it from? Yeah, it was off.
Yeah, it was off
For
the
Limar's
cart.
cart, yeah.
Which you never gave back to her, but yeah.
I didn't know her that well back then. So.
What do you got in there? Holy mother of moly!
Yes, there's plenty of mother of moly.
Holy.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Mother of Whey.
Mother of moly is definitely a very strong herb.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that seems like a fair trade. I think I got something that I can scrounge up for it. You want to see it first, or do you want to see it after?
Oh, I trust you.
Perfect. Then let's do this. And he flexes his hand again, and of course the arcane hand flexes as well.
I'll the gauntlet. You'll hear it'll do the whole piston thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Go ahead and roll me a strength check, opposed to Brawl, the wizard.
The jacked wizard.
Yes.
Yes.
What is a Bigsby's hand?
Strength or athletics?
I need to look this up here.
Except
Yeah, probably in athletics. This is a
What's a
contest.
somatic or somatic for words, right? No. For the components.
Verbal is words.
The verbal-
Somatic
verbal-
is like
somatic
This was the hand thing.
What's his verbal component? Is he like macho man, whatever?
He just goes righteous and appears. Okay, let's see. This is a
It'll be an athletics contest, right? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
So he won't, because it is magical. He won't be adding his. He won't be adding his own like athletics to it. So it'll just be straight strength from the arcane hand.
I mean, I have to say, it's kind of my kind of thing, like my kind of character to roll a 20 strength wizard with like 8 intelligence.
it's that TikTok filter that does the thing
Wisdom,
for you,
yeah.
and you get 20 strength.
Yep.
Okay, what'd you roll?
That is a 27.
So you two start wrestling the hand, and everybody else kind of watches as Bolt gets into this epic struggle with this arcane hand, and it gets to the point where your hand starts going down a little bit more, and a little bit further.
Like mine's going back.
And you can see like he's got his hand on the table, and it's definitely like the brain that is flexing right now. You can see like the veins in it, like full on like intense kid in the classroom beam kind of veins.
I want to use Flash of Genius
Okay.
and twist a little bit, basically, and I get to add +3 to my roll.
Okay.
For an ability check.
Yeah, and then so you kind of re-angle it a moment, and you can see that look of like, whoa, no, and you slam the hand down. You do the full 20 damage to the arcane hand, and it shatters. Yeah, and he's like, and he kind of reels back a little bit, and he's sweating. Oh my gosh! Takes his beard and
shatter
dabs
into
the
like
top
protein
of his
powder?
yeah, it's definitely protein powder. Wow! Oh man, that's incredible. You want to work out sometime? I got a weight set in the back. Do you even like grow muscle?
No, I actually build it.
All right, cool. I build muscle all the time. Yeah. All right.
Just
well,
different ways.
absolutely fair is fair. Let me go ahead and get you your potion. And you know what? For this, let's go to the Griffin Saddlebag. That sounds like a fun.
Because
Little
he gets
griffies.
potions. Victor's not going to try and steal it.
Oh my gosh, he would absolutely have those.
They get blacklisted. Bubble bath potions?
No, there is a bin.
Take my giant strength belt off.
That's part of my armor.
There is a bin in the corner that has a bunch of potatoes in it, but they look like fists.
And he just randomly just picks one up. Just,
No,
One's
like they look like they're for sale. One,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, $1 gold apiece.
punch potatoes.
They're called smash potatoes.
Ah.
Thank you, Griffin Saddlebag. You're delightful. I like it. Where is a potion? Okay, well, that's the first potion that I saw, so I'll give you a choice. 1 or 2.
2.
Okay. He hands you a potion, kind of pulls it out, and it looks like a tiny little cauldron with the potion bottle in it. And then there is kind of a scroll wrapped around it, the cork on top. And he goes, this will help you recover a little bit of that magic that you lost, whenever you need it. So this is a potion of spell recovery. When you drink this potion, you recover expended spell slots with a combined level that is equal to or less than 1d3 plus 3, and none of the slots can be 6th level or higher.
What page is that?
That is page 98 of the Griffin Saddlebag. And we probably have it up on the screen for everybody else to see. Fair's fair, and you know what? I'll knock another 100 off there. Cool, 10 grand if you want that potion of speed.
I'll think about it.
Perfect. Well, if you ever want to come back, I've been Brawl.
And I'm assuming it'll continue to be, but yes.
Who knows? Might want a name change someday. Life is free.
All right.
I mean,
It was
not entirely.
wonderful to meet you, bro.
It was wonderful to meet you all, too. Have a good one.
We'll be back.
Okay.
Not in an ominous way.
I'll ring the bell.
Anonymous.
The good service bell.
Yeah.
Ding ding.
I'll go, thank you! So, just as an FYI about the cost of the potion speed, it is a very rare potion. Potions are typically like a quarter of their usual cost. The one that you got from that gentleman prior was because of the botched hair growth potion, if you remember. So that was his I'll make it up to you. And
Right.
he probably lost a good chunk of money on that, you realize now as you're walking out of magic and Whey.
Either that or he'd lose his whole business for malpractice.
Yep.
Of the black market.
Oh, practice.
Well, back to the watchtower. Or did anyone else want to do any shopping?
I like that name. It's good.
It's kind of grown on me.
Yeah.
I'm all stocked up. I've got plenty of healing potions. Do any of you need anything like that?
No, I'm good.
As a reminder, because it has been a week, you do have a coupon for one Mungo's magnificent mansion.
10% off?
20% off an item or acquisition.
Right. I need to maybe take a look at the menu online.
Why
Make a decision.
don't we go to Mungo's shop? Actually, we've got some time. See if there's anything that catches our eye, or perhaps he knows of somewhere to find potion speed or something else that we might be looking for.
I'm just not quite sure what I'm in the market for, but I suppose we could stop by.
Something to kill a Venthy.
Well, in case I can't get John out, I need the really cheap broom that looks like it's holds a grudge.
Can you help me rig it up with some pulleys?
I didn't say it would move. I could just say, maybe I'll put the eyebrows on it.
angry eyebrows, right? Because it holds a grudge.
Holding a grudge. Yeah. So Mungo's is down, far down.
It's close to the bilge pump.
Yep, it is very close to the bilge pump, so it means it's close to the water and the dockyard area. But you eventually do find it, and it's definitely not the impressive building that you were expecting from somebody who handed out a coupon. It is kind of a little run down. The sign looks well cared for, except for half of it's missing. So it just says Mungo's Magnificent. and yeah, it just kind of looks a little bit grungy, just like the rest of this part of town. What?
Has a lot of character.
Mungo's magnificent.
Magnificent.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in.
Okay. You enter the shop, the little bell dings, and you hear from the back, "Oh, feel free to browse, I'll be right up." And you kind of look around at the magic shop, and it's dingy. Like you see a lot of magic items that you've seen before in your travels, but they all look very worn. Some of them look like they're broken. There's a potion bottle that you're pretty sure is a potion of healing until the eyeball inside of it moves towards one of you. It's definitely not your standard magic shop.
It's a nocturne alley.
Yeah, it's a nocturne alley
Magic
for sure.
shop.
Do we see any other patrons when
No.
we came in?
Absolutely not.
Hello, friend. What do you have by way of weapons here?
And he kind of backs out a little bit, and he turns around, and he's a very massive grung. He's got the wide belly kind of thing. And he's carrying what appears to be an almost like a basket with straw in it, and it's got a bunch of golden eggs, but you can see that some of them are half painted, and beneath is like lead. And he goes, excuse me, weapons, you say? You look like formidable people. Are you the Wayward Watch, by chance?
We are.
Ah, wonderful. You got my missive, I see. Well, welcome to Mungo's. I am the gentleman who helped facilitate your acquisition of the tower, in part.
Oh, so you worked with the Little Assaults?
Yes, they're my clients. They do a lot of dirty work for me. Not dirty work, regular work, but they do some dirty work as well. Let's be fair here. You're down in this part of the city, I can tell you that about the
Do
sort of issues.
do Eve and Sari find Mungo attractive? Because you
I
said
was just gonna say.
Yes,
that's
actually, Eve
Yeah.
and Sari do find Mungo
Because
attractive.
what?
he has like
He has this
There's a
weird
weird,
charm
like-
about him.
like
Animal magnetism.
Mhm.
or
He's
yeah,
like a
like
catfish.
all these gorgeous women are always like
Well, gross
super
as
attracted
fuck.
to him.
Oh, you're right.
From
right,
one gorgeous
imagining-
person to another.
What I was-
Exactly.
what I was imagining
Yes.
was,
She's just like really pretty.
Yeah, but Eve and Seredan definitely do find Mungo like surprisingly.
He's cursed with perfect cheekbones.
Yep.
True.
But thankfully, you only have eyes for each other, so it's not
Yeah.
like an overwhelming urge or anything
It's
like
just
that.
a
It's just kind of like
appreciate a fine
right.
specimen.
oh, okay.
Mungo.
I do have a few like swords and that sort of thing. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
Oh, perhaps a glaive?
A glaive. I might have a glaive. I have a weapon that sometimes is a glaive. It's a little finicky though. Just a moment. Let me go find it. And he'll lead back through the back room, through the bead curtain that definitely leads into his back room, but is missing half of the beads. You can see clearly through into the workshop beyond.
While he's gone, and knowing this is a seedier part of town, I'm gonna look around and see if I can see any like thieves' can or anything that would indicate that this is like some kind of a
Sure.
safe house.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
It's cocked. It's a 10, and I think my investigation's an 8. No, it's a 1, so that's an 11.
You do find something scratched into the corner of the main desk that looks like it's a little. It's almost like a little hitching post looking thing. That it's
Like a
not
fence?
actually a hitching. It's a fence. Yeah, he's definitely a fence. And he comes back out and he's carrying what appears to be a dagger, and he goes, "This is. I guarantee that sometimes it is a glaive. It does like to change pretty much every morning. It was crafted with changeling materials. We won't get into exactly how those were acquired, of course, but I guarantee that it will change into a glaive sometimes."
And it will also change your life.
I'm sort of
One
looking
big
for something
percentage.
that's a little more permanent.
More permanent
Thank
than that, of course. I don't think I have any glaives currently, but I can acquire one if you're willing to wait for a few weeks.
Okay. What do you suppose, well, I mean, I'm just curious to know what the cost would be on a +2 glaive. I'm not sure how to say that.
+2,
like
yeah.
roleplay speak.
Is your glaive not a +2?
It's +1.
Yes, let's get rid of the wonderful weapon that the foul shields help you and your friends help you.
I'm not necessarily going.
No,
to buy
I'm
it.
just.
I'm more
just,
window shopping at this
yeah.
point.
Let's see here. +2, about 4,000.
You need to go the Witcher route and get the +2 oils that you put on just before the fight.
Yeah, well, +1. Wow, I really upped the price there, didn't I? Yeah, it's about 4,000 gold for a +2 weapon.
And what about a +3?
+3, you're looking about 50,000 gold for that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a pretty big jump for
Would I get a 20%
Anti-matter
off?
rifle.
Would I get the 20% off discount on that?
on the 50,000. Yeah, on anything.
So like 40.
Pretty good discount.
I mean, are we looking for something very spectacular? I could send something out to some of the famous blacksmiths. I may have a connection or two in the Tempered Requiem. You know, they are really good weaponsmiths, that sort of thing.
I am always looking for something very spectacular, but I happen to have something that's quite spectacular actually, and have my hopes to recover something even better. But I'm not sure if I ever will. And well. She just stops at that, actually, and but in her head is thinking, and Eve doesn't really want me to, so maybe I won't ever see that weapon again.
Of course. I do have a few rumors about. Well, okay. I know you're adventurers, so this is a bit of free information. I have heard that to the far east there is there used to be a dragon and its hoard is still available, even though the dragon is gone. It's just rumors, of course, but I have heard a little bit.
And where do these rumors say this hoard might be?
There are, the eastern mountains at the beginning of the Terrebonne River. Or not the Terrebonne River, the Tremecules. They're somewhere in those mountain ranges is all I am aware of.
So, sort of east of, what's it called? Manaport.
Yeah, sort of east. On the other side of the river, though, more closer to Terrebonne.
And friend, for another...
Thanks for the tip.
Of course.
For, 10 gold. What might you tell us about where these might originate? Like...
The rumors?
Yes.
Well, there was a little fellow, a little draconic fellow, Kobold, that passed through here about a year or two ago, and he was talking about this dragon hoard, and he was making all these grand promises that once he got access to it again, he would pay off all of his debts, that sort of thing. Poor little bugger had to skip town because he could never get to that hoard, but I've been keeping that knowledge under my belt.
What type of debts was he acquiring?
Gambling, mostly, he didn't have any money, so anytime he needed food, he would borrow it from somebody. He still owes me 45 gold, that's for sure. So if you do see a little kobold running around, please be sure to let me know.
Here's 45 gold.
You're paying off a random kobold's debt.
Consider it paying it forward, and perhaps, if you have any other tips come your way, you will notify us first.
Of course. And he'll scoop up the money really quickly. Now, is there anything else that I can get you, Diaz?
I don't know if you're looking for anything, but I'd like to hold on to this coupon.
Of course. And I will sell you this changeling weapon for, say, 200 gold.
I don't think I'm interested, but I don't know about anyone else.
You know what? Yeah, I'll take it.
Wonderful.
It's interesting.
And he'll slide the dagger unceremoniously, probably to Victor's disdain, across the table to you. Probably just flicks it on over until it rolls and stops at you.
I'll get the pig out.
Oh, you've got wonderful pigs. Those are interesting, aren't they?
They are very handy.
Do they taste good?
Handy. Sorry, very handy.
And the big giant I was curious if they actually tasted like anything. Ceramic. You don't have a tongue. You
don't have a tongue, no.
But he can taste because of spice.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. You do have taste buds, technically, somehow. Well, anyway, I'll keep in mind any other recommendations. If I do happen to come across a very fancy glaive, I will let you know.
Sorry.
It's all right. People enjoy my shop in all sorts of manners.
I'm having a muscle spasm.
And then I thought it might be fun to kind of try and tickle him.
Yeah, that sounds like something that Eve and Seredan would do as well. So we can just keep that in.
I already said that we get into tickle fights all the time. And we meant it.
Of course.
Actual tickle fights. That's purely
I know all of
Canon.
her tickle spots.
all of my...
Yeah. Well, if there's nothing else, I will happily bid you a good day. Unless, of course, there is something else.
If you come across anything interesting you think we might be well suited for, send it on up to the Watchtower.
Of course, yes. Do I address that to anyone in particular?
Just the Watchtower is fine.
I will endeavor to find you something incredible. Good day.
It's very nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Good to meet you. Come on out.
Go check on Ezra.
Perhaps.
You probably died.
Maybe we could see how Keskes is doing and how the ship repairs are coming.
Find out a little bit more about his debts here.
If you want, we could split up and take care of that, or go there first and then back to the Watchtower.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is probably on the way.
Yeah. I mean, you are down at the lowest part of the city at this point, so Keskes would probably be on the way back up to the Watchtower.
Yeah, we'll stop by Keskes.
Yeah. So as you leave Mungo's, you do bump into a human woman who kind of shyly oh, sorry, excuse me, and she kind of bustles into the store. And you hear, "Oh, my dear, so good to see you again."
What does she look like?
Red hair, very buxom.
Okay.
Yeah. Indescript beyond that. Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, on the way to Cascas's ship, basically you find him at the exact same air dock that you found him in, and you head on up, and he's busy at work. The hatch is open, and you can hear tinkering noises coming from beneath.
I'll kind of like lean over the hatch and Cass, are you there?
Oh, yes, just a second. And I just want to switch over to the docks here because we did not do any of that. And he'll come scrambling out, and he'll raise his goggles up, and he goes, friends, good to see you. Is everything okay?
Everything's great. We were just wondering how the repairs are coming.
Repairs are going good, almost done. Won't be completely fixed, but will be good enough to get us to Archdom. Yes.
Do you need any more supplies?
No, I wouldn't ask. Again, Cascas is getting enough to get him to Archdom. Archdom has great salvage. Yes.
Great. What time do you think we might be ready to go?
I would say tomorrow, just after dawn, should be fine. Everything should be good by then. Cargo should be loaded. We're doing textiles.
Excellent. A brisk trade for textiles in Archdom?
Not sure.
I guess
Enough of a demand, I suppose.
Seems like a gamble.
All trade is, I suppose.
Cascas will double check his research then. Don't want to gamble, no.
Cascas, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Are you familiar with the shop owner, Mungo?
No.
Just think bug. He spoke of a kobold who knew of a dragon lair and was in some sort of debts and had to skip town at one point in time.
The kobold, you say? When was this?
He didn't say. Just
It seemed like it was relatively recently.
Do you have any relatives?
What did he say? I did not think I had any relatives. There were other eggs in the hatchery, but
really.
Where
Yes.
I want to look where his stash is. Is it any smaller?
like
Has he gambled? Is kind of what I'm trying to ascertain.
if it's smaller, like from what you can see,
Like
the bolt, like
dramatically.
no, I mean, you'd have to go
Is the
look
board
at it.
bulging
The
still, or is
board,
it,
the
like,
board is
completely-
back down,
Okay.
but he has been making a lot of repairs recently. No, Cascas has not been to Salzport in, well, I mean, last time Cascas was here was with Ezra before.
Insight check. Nope. Never mind.
He seems flustered.
You might want to stop by Mungo's and see if you can get any additional information.
Yes.
Seems
If
he's
there
been
is.
telling all sorts of people about where your master was from.
Whereas rumors been saying.
They say the
East
north
of-
of Fortus.
To the
East
east.
of Manipores.
In the mountains.
East of Manipur.
Or
And across the river.
On the Terrebonne side.
Oh no. Bolt, could Bolt take care of some repair work? Cascas has to make trip.
Sure. I'll start working.
Thank you. Thank you for information. Yes. If you do see other kobolds, let Cascas know, please.
Of course.
Are you in danger?
No. But
Are they a danger?
they might be.
How many other eggs were there?
In Cascas's clutch, there were 4 others. All were hatched, but Cascas, do you know relatives or brothers or sisters around?
So 5 in total.
Yes.
So don't kill them when we see them. Is that what I'm understanding?
Victor.
If they spread
shouldn't-
rumors,
You shouldn't be
Kill
killing
on
people
sight.
on site unless there's a warrant out for them and you've picked up that
or if
contract.
it's eventhy.
Well, if I get paid for it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of
if
course.
they
But
be
just in general,
spreading
that's-
rumors, you kills them. Yes.
No.
2 for 2.
No, we're
Victor's
not.
having a great day.
Victor's gonna be out like just. She looks like she looked at me cross-eyed.
And then with that, Cascas kind of gives everybody a quick goodbye and then rushes off.
We'll still be ready for tomorrow morning?
Yes, ready for tomorrow morning. And then he just kind of rushes down the gangplank and into the tower, and you see him a few moments later exit the tower and start heading towards where Mungo's is.
I will head below deck, and as I'm going down, well, I'll help him do some repairs, and I should hopefully be back to the tower tonight. Till I walk down the stairs and I go, oh my god!
What did you do?
Right, well, good luck, Bolt. I, for one,
My wiring job! What did he do to it?
am ready to enjoy one last night in our new home before we head back out on the road.
I would like to sleep in my bed for the first time.
Oh, yes, you must be so sleepy.
So I've been on a little bit of a kick today. I'm
I
sorry,
can
I'm in a mood.
See that. Let's go see how Ezra's doing also. I hope he's feeling better.
I do as well.
So quick trip back up the
Went to Quick Trip.
switchbacks. Yep, quick trip.
Everybody get a
And
44 ounce.
You arrive at the tower again. You step in. Helm is still hard at work. You see a lot less vines, a lot more cultivation and everything. He seems to be planting a few sprouts. He actually takes a potato and puts it in and kind of covers it over as you arrive, or at least a cut of a potato, because one potato is like 4 extra potatoes.
Surprise.
You know.
Take an eye.
And he nods you and he says, "Everything okay? Bolt is not with you."
He's working on the ship.
Ah, that makes sense.
The garden's already looking lovely. Nice work.
Thank you. I'm planting the lunaberries right over there. And he kind of waves a hand along the back kind of fence area, and he says, "It will grow wild, of course."
In a patch that is actually kind of crescent shaped.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's the proper way to plant lunaberries. That's why they're called lunaberries.
There's some magic involved that you have to do that for.
And then you enter the tower. Kilobix is standing there, and he goes, "We received a bottle of wine from Master Ignithal. I assume that everything went well."
You did.
Quite
Yes.
Wonderful.
Apologies were offered, though apparently not really needed. Well done, Vicky.
Still, Victor, I think that was very big of you.
Thank you.
And thank you for understanding.
And thank you for helping me write the script.
You're welcome.
It was very charismatic.
It was very helpful.
Other than that, we did a little shopping, stopped by and visited our friend, and I think we might be in for the night, unless you wanted to do any more dancing.
Maybe just here.
All right.
Well, the third floor always does have music available if you'd like to
That sounds lovely.
celebrate and dance with your spirit companions or just on your own.
Perhaps after dinner.
Yes, I will get something made for you.
Have you heard from Ezra?
He came down for a very greasy lunch.
Well, good. It sounds as if he's recovering.
He says he should be right as rain by tomorrow when I asked.
Good.
Rain? He's probably standing at his window brooding or something.
Cut to Ezra
Well,
doing exactly
yes,
that. Yep.
To Ezra, rain is about as good as it gets. So yes,
Helm is spraying the garden hose to give it a little water on the window.
He's washing off the side of the tower.
Yeah. Now, so you guys have a pleasant dinner, pleasant evening, and we're actually going to call it with just another relaxing night in bed. I know this is just another episode of kind of frivolity, but sometimes it's fun to enjoy. And tomorrow is the journey to Archdom. And I won't make you play out every single day on the journey to Archdom, I promise. But until then, thank you everybody so much for watching. It's been a wonderful time here, and thank you again to Syrinscape for providing... Of course, all the nice noise fades away as soon as I tell them about it. But go check them out. They do wonderful work. We've got some doc music going on right now. Music, sounds, whatever. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I don't know what Victor...
I was trying to do the heart thing that people do. I can't do it like
Why
that
don't
way.
you just do
Is that
this?
No, you can do this way. That's the new way of... I don't know. Just practice it.
Why?
Thumbs up.
Why do you have to be special like that? Just put a skull on the crossbones.
Kawaii. Skull and crossbones.
And this is why I wrote it down. You put a skull and crossbones for who you think is the mom of the group.
In the comments.
Eve or Paul.
Both are skull and cross.
Yep.
Or you also, if you
And
want to
also,
turn
yes.
into a free sticker
Yep.
giveaway.
Free sticker.
Yeah, one person
Maybe
will
I'll
get
do a
a
little
free.
short about it just so people
Yeah.
are like, hey, here you go.
Absolutely, for free Tales of Aneria sticker for one lucky commenter. Don't forget to join the Discord too. There's a lot of fun conversations going on there. Most recently, we had a great, rousing discussion about if Great Weapon Master and Sharpshooter work together with a thrown melee weapon, and that was a lot of fun. So, yeah. But until next time, thank you everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
See you guys.